On this fateful day, the 14th of July, 2018, we proudly announce the revival of Intellectuals United. We may have lost that battle, but the war we can still win. When the opposing side resorts to underhanded tactics such as mass flagging, planting evidence, and creating fake evidence, you know you're doing something right. The server was becoming larger and larger, almost gaining 100 members in the span of a week and a half. This growth is frightening to them, so they had to take it down as soon as possible. They succeeded through their fraudulent evidence, but whatever success they get through lies will not stop Journey and Bluism from letting their ideas and visions being heard. Through this attack against us, you have only solidified our legitimacy. You have made us into that agora, where everyone came to share information and knowledge with other philosophers from various fields, that was razed to the ground by a repressive regime that determined that they were being impious towards the ancient gods, and justified the destruction of the agora, and the murder of Socrates by the state. In this analogy, I'm Socrates. I was the one with the idea to build this entity for the sharing and teaching of information in a mutual manner across many great minds. We spread too much truth and offended the aristocracy, and for that we were silenced. And my voice on the platform was silenced. Silenced for what? Opposing the neo-left. Opposing those who control public opinion on these websites. Asking controversial questions among my fellow intellectuals about these different groups and the theories of why someone follows that path. But some questions are off limits if they question the neo-left narrative. If you question gender politics, you get silenced. If you question the idea of affirmative action and just think it's backwards racism, you'll get silenced. If you dare have an idea that some cultures have a disproportionate power within the government, media and banks, you will get silenced. It doesn't matter how true these statements happen to be, or the evidence that you can find for your claims. Anything they disagree with can justifiably just be censored by calling your beliefs and convictions hate speech. If they hate you even more than that, they'll plant evidence and accuse you of working with far-right doxing circles. They can make up whatever nonsense they want in order to justify the censorship of your wrongthink. If you're not correct to the perceptions of the political elite, i.e. politically correct, you are a threat, and you will be sought out and destroyed. At least, that's what happened to a pair of individualist voluntarists who only wanted every interaction to require consent, and the idea that initiation of force is an unethical act. We never initiate violence, ever. We were always on the defensive from people who wanted to beat the shit out of us because of the name applied to us, or remove any chance for us to talk about our views, at least. Whatever you do, neo-left, we won't give in. Every time you throw a punch at us, we'll just punch back. That's how fair we are. We just want real individualism in the form of statelessness. Order. Anarchy. Anarchy is order after all. But if we are to achieve that, we must change the perspectives of anarchism. When the world looks at you like a bunch of violent terrorists, something along the way went very wrong, and we must start again. That's where our group came from. We were anarcho-communists. At one point, we were pro-Antifa. That changed as we realised how flawed the group and their tactics were, and as our understanding of marketing and advertising psychology improved, we realised the only way to make anarchism great again is to remove this rotting stench of Antifa. As long as anarchism is associated with them, none of us will be allowed to have a free society without the public associating us with a domestic terror movement. We rose out of disdain for the sectarianism within the anarchist movement, and we seek to unite ANCOMs and ANCAPs, mutualists and egoists, individualists and national anarchists. But we can only create our voluntary communities when we aren't being seen as the enemy of the people. In the war of ideas, popularity is everything. If you don't have popularity, you will fail as a movement. You'll be crushed by outside forces if you don't have the support of the people. We realise this, and that's why we made Intellectuals United, and that's why we're bringing it back. We did so because you supported it. You wanted it back, so we delivered. You can join by clicking the link in the description. We'll meet you there for the revival and second coming of a true Discord free speech environment.